Hello, welcome. Sorry, just give me a second. I'm a little bit behind. I haven't even done the countdown or anything here. Hi, intuitive chosen one. Hi, Bart. Yes, I know it's time. 1 second. Let me just do this. Hi, Ari. Okay. Hi, Eliana. Hi, Blessed One. Hi, Mary. Okay, so we've got Bart, Intuitive Chosen One, Foxy, Empress Ari, Ariana, Mary, yes, you're added on the list. Blessed One, yes, you're added. Ilana, yes, you're added. Yes, the first 10 people are automatically added. Also, yes, you're all added. No worries at all. This is the list. Let me just give a second to type up the list. Now, you get 2 cards. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If it's your first time. I'm in New Zealand, by the way, for those that don't know. My first name is Paula, for those that don't know me. And what else? Okay, you get 2 cards with your reading. If you want more than the 2 cards, if you want a little bit more information, you can use the pinned link or the links down below. Hi, Sage K. Yes, you're added. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're all good. Now, all mods are automatically added anyway. All mods are automatically added. So, so don't forget if you're a mod. Now, why didn't, okay, so that's cool. So, yes, Bart, Intuitive Ari, Mary, Eliana, Blessed One, and Sage K. So, if you're part of the Ko-Fi family, don't forget, for as little as $1 a month, if you're part of the Sage of the Ko-Fi family, don't forget to remind me. You also you're automatically added as well. So all mods, Bart, all mods, and all Ko-Fi family are also added automatically. So let's take a nice deep breath. Let's get a nice deep cleanse. I know I'm a little bit late, but I'm in no particular hurry today because Tio's not on today, so I don't have to rush to get into his chat. So we can relax a little bit, Bart and Sage. Okay, we can relax a little bit in regards to that. Just cleansing that space. So feel that cleansing energy coming in through for you. So excited. Tasty Tarot's being printed. Yay. Right, just nice cleansing space. Just nice deep breath. I've had quite a busy morning this morning. Had to sort of hang out my washing, do a bit of a vacuum and clean up a little bit. And I suddenly realized the time. But me? Don't know. No, there was some kiwi fruit ones already made. I think there was a kiwi fruit one already made. So, right. Nice deep breath. Let's have a look. What have we got? So just make sure if you typed your question in, you only need to type it in once. I know, I'm so excited. Tasty tarot. But this week, I'm so excited. I've been watching the post. You know how you watch the website to know where it's the courier, where it's going to be at? Oh, my God, New Zealand Post. So I've been watching for Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle with the Tarot Z. I so want Tarot V as well. With being in New Zealand, some of the decks I can get from Australia and it's easy. But others I've got to get from the US or the UK. There's some decks I wanted, but they can only get them from France. Yeah, you're the Knight of Wands in the Tasty Tarot, aren't you? But there's a few kiwi fruit cards. There's a kiwi fruit card, so I think that's sort of the reference. So yes, it's exciting. Just a couple of new decks each. I'm just trying to get 2 new decks each month just to sort of fill a gap. And with, I know it's Samhain for you guys up there, Halloween coming up. So that's why I'm going to do a Halloween special. I'm going to do a Halloween stream too. Right, so is everybody ready? Everybody got their questions in? Deep, dark, yeah. Deep, dark and dangerous. Oracle. Sage K. Deep, dark and dangerous Oracle. I want it to go with my supernatural tarot. Well, we do, but for me being a witch or a Wiccan, for me I sort of goes against the grain a little bit because we're really in Beltane. If I'm doing my Sabbats, I'm actually in Beltane, Sage K. So I'm actually celebrating Beltane while you guys are celebrating Samhain. So it sort of goes a little bit of the grain. Halloween, we do, but not as much as you guys do. We don't celebrate it like you guys do. We don't really sort of celebrate it that much. Right, let's have a look. But I did see your question up here. So make sure everyone, you've typed in your questions once. But Intuitive Chosen One, make sure you put your question in. Ari, put your question in. And type it in once. Right, so, Bart, let's have a look at your question here. Woo! Nice deep breath. What's going to happen now that I've got accepted into the Dragon Society Facebook group? Okay. Okay, but I'm going to use the Raincoast Visions Tarot. I love Christoph James decks. He's going to do a Circus Oracle too, which I'm looking forward to having a look at. Okay, Bart, let's have a look. What's going to... Whoa! As soon... Okay. Let's have a look. It's a group all about dragons. Let's have a look. What have we got? Oh, it feels like there's a lot of changes and things, a lot of transformations going on within you or within the group, within yourself. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of changes and things. Oh, there could be some challenges with the 7 of Rods. So communication is going to be quite important, unbiased views. There are going to be a sense of challenges to the group. Make sure you've read the disclaimer down below, guys. And those that have been in the chat should know that I don't do readings about when you intrude in someone else's thoughts. Okay, but there's going to be a lot of changes going on in the group. There's a lot of transformation, a lot of stuff going on. There could be a little bit of competition in the group. So just be, communication is going to be very, very important here. Sort of taking a sort of a breath and sort of being able to, I want to say sort of stand up for your convictions, but in a gentle way. There could be some challenges in the group. I do feel like there could be some challenges, but I think you're going to get that anywhere. I think it's just about communicating and making sure that you sort of, you can be assertive without being aggressive, if you know what I mean, because there are going to be some changes. I don't know if someone's going to come into the group that could be a bit challenging. So just remember, take a deep breath. So I do feel like you are going to have some challenges in this group, but I think with communication, you're going to be okay. Super important there, Bart. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, intuitive chosen one. Your question was, let me have a look and see if I can change this. Yeah, you asked about someone's thoughts and feelings. When you're asking about someone's thoughts, you're intruding into their head. Okay, you're intruding into their head. So is what do I need to know? Yeah, what do I need to know about S's connections? You want to know about what your connection is, or what's the foundation of your relationship. What do you need to know about the situation? Because you're intruding in their thoughts. I know you asked what do you need to know about the situation. We're going to be very careful because it's not going to get what you want. Am I back? Right. Am I back? Oh my God. Okay. Oh my God. What's going on? Right. Okay, I'm back. Right. Here we go. Don't touch anything else. Gotcha. Oh, I just had an issue. I don't know what went on. There was just a connection between Restream and YouTube, and then my internet. Right. So let's have a look. How are we going to look this? What do you need to know about the connection between you and S? What's the foundation of your relationship? Intuitive chosen one. Right. Caitlin, yes. Hello, how are you, Caitlin? Hi, all about Maine. Yes, you're all here. Right. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so all mods, Caitlin, all mods are automatically added. All mods are added to the stream, to the live. I'm not in any particular hurry today. So all mods are automatically added, no problem at all. And family. Right, cool. Oh, I've been rushing around this morning and I think this was just... Bleh. So let's have a nice deep breath. Let's put in an incense and I will continue. Look, I'm not in any particular hurry, Caitlin, today. So we'll just sort of let things as we go because Tio's not on today. So I can just chill and relax and let's be sort of very about it. Let's breathe. Right. And I'm going to think about Intuitive Chosen One's question. What does Intuitive Chosen One actually need to know about the situation? What's important for Intuitive Chosen One? So let me just light this incense. Had to hang out my washing this morning. I get clean underwear. Right. So let's have a look. Intuitive Chosen One, what do you actually need to know about this situation in regards to this relationship, this connection? What do you need to know about this connection? Okay, Intuitive Chosen One, what do you actually need to know about this connection? Brilliant. Thanks, Aurora. Thanks, Caitlin. That's muchly appreciated. Yeah. So, Intuitive Chosen One, what do you actually need to know about this? Okay, Intuitive Chosen One. Let's have a look. Oh, thanks, Caitlin. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, it tells me that there's a lot of stuff hidden, Intuitive Chosen One. Oh, no, that's cool. That's cool, Ariana. That's cool. No worries. Okay, Intuitive Chosen One. I think there's a lot of stuff that's hidden in regards to the situation. There's a lot of secrets. There's a lot of stuff that's hidden. So there's a thing that you need to really sort of take care of your own well-being. So in regard to S's thoughts and feelings about you, there's a lot of stuff that's hidden. A lot of stuff not being revealed. There's a lot of secrets, a lot of stuff behind the scenes that are unable to be shared with you. Okay, there's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden knowledge about the situation. So there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Okay, and so it's very important that you sort of I get the sense of nurturing your well-being. Maybe you need to be a little assertive as well. With the Queen of Pentacles can be someone who's quite practical in their approach to nurturing themselves, which is quite important. So it feels like, Intuitive Chosen One, that you really need to take care of you. because there's a lot of stuff that's hidden, a lot of stuff that's not going to be revealed about how S thinks and feels about you. Okay, because it feels like their actions speak louder than their words. Basically, what this is saying is that their actions speak louder than their words. That's certainly important there to think, to know that their actions speak louder than their words. There's a lot of hidden secrets, a lot of knowledge, hidden knowledge that's not going to be revealed. It's a silence is what I'm getting here. It's a very silent energy. Feels like it's there's no action being taken. It's very still. Okay. The reason why I say they're still is because they're sitting down. They're both sitting down here. So there's no action to be taken about his thoughts and his feelings about you. Okay, there's a lot of secrets, a lot of stuff being hidden. So it's really about you taking care of yourself. You need to take care of yourself at this time. Feels like it's a very stuck energy. And the reason why I say stuck is because they're both sitting down here. So there's no movement in regards to how S actually thinks and feels about you. I think there's a lot of, you need to really take care of you. There's a lot of stuff that you need to bring into fruition. Okay, with the fruits behind here and the curtains, I think it's, again, you get that stuff that the only thing you can do is sort of bring your own journey into fruition. Take care of yourself. The High Priestess can also be about studying and learning. I think there's a lot of stuff yet to learn and discover about this relationship, about this connection and stuff, and about yourself. What are your boundaries in regards to the situation? How are you going to move forward? You know, what do you actually need to let go of to gain anything new? How do you find balance in this relationship, this connection? I feel like there's a lot of stuff, Intuitive Chosen One, that you need to learn and discover about this. I think there's a lot of stuff that's hidden, a lot of stuff that's being silent, that's not being revealed. And so you really need to take care of you. You need to, I just feel like you just need to take care of yourself. I think there's a lot of stuff hidden that's not going to be revealed about this. I feel like they've got a lot of secrets. Right. Right. Foxy. Next. Right. Your question. Okay. So how would so what would they think of the costume? So you really want to know about your costume. You want to know what, what's the general consensus? What's the general consensus about your costume? Let's do, actually I'm going to do Supernatural Tarot for this one. Ariana, I'm going to do Supernatural. Right. So what's the general consensus about your costume? Let's have a look. What's the general consensus? Whew. Don't forget, if you want more than just the 2 cards, don't forget, if you want more than just the 2 cards, to use the pinned link or the links down below. Don't forget to read the disclaimer if you're new here. Make sure you've read the disclaimer. You've read the types of questions I do and don't answer. And don't forget, if you ask a yes and no question, it will be the angel answers. Right. So what's the consensus about Ariana's costume? About Foxy's costume. What's going to be the consensus about it? What would be the consensus about the costume? Oh, here we go. Consensus. Oh, okay. 3 cards have popped out here. Okay, Ariana. King of Blades, there's going to be a lot of thought about it. I think there's going to be a lot of analysing about the situation. With the King of Blades, I feel like there's going to be a lot of thought, a lot of analysing the costume. A lot of people will be thinking about it. It's interesting because we get Six of Blades, which talks about movement. There's some movement into smoother waters, so it feels like people are going to quite like the costume. Yeah, I mean, there are going to be some challenges, but overall it feels like it's going to be smoother waters. It does feel like people are going to quite like the costume overall, but there may be some challenges. You may get people who sort of, what I want to say here with the Knight of Blades is they might, it feels like a battle, like you're going to be rushing into a battle in some sort. So it does feel like overall that the costume, like it's going to be well received. Yeah, I do feel like generally it's going to be a-okay. Like people are going to quite like the costume when you're going into this with the Six of Blades here. But with this, there also does talk about some challenges to it. There will be some conflicts in regards to it. I do feel like there might be some battles. Like I do feel like overall people will like it. Or being indecisive about your costume. Okay, could be. See, with the Knight of Blades could be about rushing into the decision, rushing into the idea without any thought. But overall, it's going to be well received. I mean, you might get the odd person who might say something, but overall, it's well received. It's a well received costume. I don't think you've got anything really to worry about. Okay, Ariana, let's have a look. Next was Mary, was it? Mary was next. Okay, what do you need to know about the connection between me and A? She's an old friend, and you're not talking. Okay, you haven't been talking much. Okay, so what's the connection with this friend? Let's have a look. Let's do. Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, I'm back again. Sorry, guys. Right, I'm back again. What do you need to know? Ugh, I know. I don't know what's going on with the wind, I think. I don't know if it's the wind or what's happening. Like, it's not that bad of a day. It's not that bad. But there does seem to be some disconnection. I don't know whether it's disconnection between YouTube and Restream or whether it's me. Sometimes it's me and then it reconnects again. I think it's where I'm situated. Okay, so what do I need to know about the connection between me and A? She's an old friend. You haven't been talking much. Let's connect. Mary. Let's have a look. Hi, you wonder. Okay, Mary, let's have a look. Okay, it's time to rebuild. With the Tower card, it can say that things were shook up for a little bit, and you can rebuild the journey. You can rebuild. It does feel like there's something being shaken up in regards to the situation. It does feel like there was something that really shook up. With the Tower card here, we do get that sense of things being shook up, things being shaken, things a bit wobbly, things not quite going according to plan. It's important to get that sense of enlightenment, have a leap of faith, be able to build the relationship to stand on solid ground. Now, with the Three of Spears is that sense of heartbreak. There is a lot of challenges to this relation, this connection between the two of you as friends. It does feel like there's a lot of heartbreak. There's a lot of stuff being shaken up, a lot of things being wobbled. But it's how you choose to deal with that heartbreak that's going to make a big difference here, Mary. Okay, there's a lot of stuff that needs to, a lot of things that need to change. I do feel like you can rebuild things, but there is a lot of heartbreak dealt with this relation, with this connection. There's a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sorrow, a lot of challenges to get through. So, yeah, really important here just to get that sense of you can build this connection, but it is very shaky. It is very wobbly. There is a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sorrow that needs to get through, get challenged. You know, there's a lot of challenges in regards to that, but you can rebuild this relationship. Okay, so, yeah, very important. Something for you to think about there, that it is a bit of a shaky, a bit of a wobbly. There was a lot of heartbreak, but it can be rebuilt. It can be rebuilt, but it's how you choose to deal with it that's going to make a big difference. Okay, Alani. Right, Alani. I see they've typed their question in, and then we've got Blessed and Sage. Blessed and Sage. If I can have some questions too, will be really good. Right, so, Martin, please don't type your question in yet. You've got a lot of people to wait. I've actually done my will be closed, but yeah, don't type your questions in unless you're actually on the list, please. Not yet anyway. So I want questions from Blessed and Sage K, and then I'll do All About Maine and Caitlin. Okay, what blessings are coming up for you in September? I'm going to do Angel Tarot. What blessings? It's interesting. Okay. I've got 8 of water. So 8 of water tells us that you've got to move on. You've got to leave behind some things. It feels like you're moving on. You're leaving behind some stuff. And then you've got Knight of Air, but reversed. So it tells me that things are sort of slowing down a little bit for you. Maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck. You're sort of feeling like you're not unable to move forward with an idea or something like that. So I do feel like things, even though it says here that you're moving on, I do get a feeling that once you sort of move, you're feeling like you're with a feeling of being stuck in some way. And I don't know if that's a mental, with an idea not being made. Even though you're moving forward, it does feel like there's an idea that's not actually feeling like it's getting into fruition. It's not sort of being productive in some sort of way. So I do feel like emotionally you're moving on. Emotionally you're moving on in some way. With the 8 of water, it feels like you're leaving behind something emotionally or spiritually, but mentally it does feel like you're a little bit stuck going on here. Does that sort of, so yeah, really important here. So it does feel like emotionally that you're sort of moving on into something, but mentally it feels like you could be a little bit stuck in what's happening. So just, I think it's really important that you make some ideas, some plans, allowing yourself to be quite decisive about the direction you're moving into here. What are you actually leaving behind mentally? It could be like you're moving, but mentally you're still holding on to something. Mentally you're still holding on to something. Feels like mentally that you're holding on to something, even though you might be physically moving or you might be emotionally moving into something new. It feels like mentally that you're still holding on. There's still some resistance there. Right, so we've got Blessed One and then Sage. Okay, right, Blessed One. Can I ask, are you chosen to clear? I don't quite get your question. I don't understand that. What do you mean by clearing your ancestral bloodline? What do you mean by clearing? Are you releasing or some ancestral blood ties or something? Are you releasing some sort of habits, repeated habits or bad habits? Or I don't quite get your question here when you're talking about ancestral bloodlines. What are you choosing to clear? What do you mean? What do you mean you're choosing to clear ancestral bloodlines? Doesn't really. Here it is. I'm not quite understanding your question. Clearing of trauma and bad habits, probably. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I just wanted to make sure that I was clear in the question. Blockages, bloodline, ancestral blockages. You've asked a yes and no question. Is can I? Oh, I'm going to choose. It just says, can I ask? Am I going to choose my clear? The karma of the bloodline. Okay, the karma of the bloodline. Okay, so are you going to clear? Well, I think it depends on the work you do. You could say, what work do I need to do to choose? You could ask, oh, it's interesting. I've got unlikely. Unless you choose to do any work. Let's do it this way. If you say, let me just grab a deck here. No, I don't want the Chinese. Yeah, the hoodoo one. Okay. Let me do, so you says unlikely you're going to clear it, right? Because it feels like there's still a lot of work to be done. So what do you actually need to do? So you could have asked, what do I need to do to clear away the karma of the bloodline? There we go. So what do you actually need to do? 5 of knives. 5 of knives. Sorry, I say 5 of knives. So it feels like what you need to do with the 5 of knives is you've got to defeat it. You've got to face it. You've got to face those challenges. You've got to face those. It was interesting. Card just flew out. 1 minute, I'm just going to pick up the card from the floor. That flew out. What card came out? 4 of coins. Interesting. Look at what you're holding on to. Okay, so you've got to embrace. Okay, so what you've got to do is you've got to face those adversities. So it's basically saying if you don't do anything, it's going to be you're going to unlikely change the ancestral blood, the karma of the bloodline, right? It's unlikely. So what are you going to do is you're going to have to face it and defeat it. Face it, embrace it, acknowledge it, and defeat it by looking at what you're actually holding on to. What do you actually need to let go of mentally? Feels like sort of a past life. I think there's a lot of ancestral healing energy that needs to take place. So I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done to be able to remove the trauma. It's not going to happen easily. I feel like it's going to be a lot of work. With the 5 of knives here, it tells me that it's going to be a lot of work to remove the karma of the bloodline. It's going to take a lot of fighting, a lot of looking at what you're holding on to in many ways. With the 4 of coins, you know, what are you holding? What's your ancestors holding on to that needs to be released and let go of? It feels like there's going to be a lot of cleansing work that needs to be done. There's a lot of fighting that needs to be done with the 5 of knives. I do feel like there's a lot of fighting. So it's going to take a lot of work. A lot of work. I think you're going to need some real help. Someone who specializes in past life, ancestral type of cleansings. I mean, there's lots of things that you can check out and look at, but it does feel like it's going to be a lot of work involved. I mean, the soul energy clearing, past life type of a reconnection, transcendental, La Papillon type of healing, Reiki. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be dealt with when you're talking about karma of the bloodline, the trauma, the bad habits, the blockages, anything like that, that's sort of connecting you to past life. It does feel like there's a lot of stuff that needs to be dealt with. Okay, so there's a lot of work to do, blessed one, if you're going to get through it. It does feel like you're going to need some help, some guidance, maybe even working with better help, some counselor or something like that. There's lots of things that you can do, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. I'm not going to sugarcoat that and say, oh yeah, it's going to be really easy, because it's not. Okay, Sage. Your question was, I did see your question here. Ooh, good one. Is the program you're going into a good path for career agreeability? Ooh, interesting. So, if that's the case, let me have a look-see here. Good path. Let me use the moon and stars. Oh, yeah, all about Maine and then Caitlin. And then I'll do Kay. Then you Wonder, then Martin, then Sunny. And we're good. Right, let's have a look. Sage. Let's have a look. Is the program I'm going into a good path for career agreeability? Right, Sage, let's have a look. Okay, so Sage Kane, what are we going to say? Okay. 7 of Cups come out with the words delusion. Feels like you need to look very carefully. Make sure I think there's a lot of stuff still to look at in regards to this decision. With the King of Cups. Okay, let me just have a look. I feel like there's one more card coming out. Okay, so what's the last card I got here is Page of Wands with Invention. Okay, so let's have a look. Your question is the program you're going into a good path for career? Feels like there's still some stuff you need to search. There's still some stuff that you need to look into regards to this decision. Does feel like with the King of Cups, there is that dreaming big. I think it is about sort of maybe you feel like you're not quite dipping your toes in. You're not quite going full hog into that situation. It feels like a sense of, I get like emotionally that you get a sense of sort of sitting back a little bit, not quite going full hog into it, sort of not quite dipping your toes in. I do feel like there's still a lot of stuff that needs to be researched in regard to this this program. I think you need to check up on some stuff about it. See, with the Page of Wands, is that you've got the drive, you've got the motivation, but is it going to give you the experience you need in regards to your career? You know, you've got that drive and you've got that motivation, but is it really going to give you the experience you need for your career? So I still think there's some stuff that you need to look into regards to this. I think you need to ask some questions with the 7 of Cups here. I get a sense of sort of asking some questions, diving a little deeper into it with the King of Cups. Is that, yeah, I just get that hesitation. I think you need to ask some more questions about it. I think there's something missing in the course in regards to your career. It feels like something's missing, Sage K. So I think you need to sort of ask some more questions, find out a little bit more information to see if it actually goes with what you want. But I'm getting like, yeah, I think you need to ask some more questions though. Ask some more questions, Sage K. Ask some more questions before you dive into it. I do think you need to ask with the 7 of Cups. I'm just getting this. Just ask some more questions. I do feel like you just need to. I think you need to ask some more questions. I'm just getting a bit of a weary thing. It might seem legit, but I still feel like you need to ask some more questions. Yeah. I think you just need to ask for some more questions before you make your decision. I do feel like, you know, you've got the enthusiasm and you've got the drive. And will it give you the experience you need? But I do feel like you need to ask for some more questions. It might seem legit, but I do feel like you need to ask some more questions just to make sure it's the right course for what you actually need. Okay. Sorry, Blessed One, you asked if you continued this thing and I didn't quite get your message. Let me have a look here. Okay, thanks. I don't know my life not good. So you don't know your life not good. So you know your life not good. So I'm not sure of doing when I'm talking about clearing energy, soul energy clearing, I'm talking about clearing away. Yeah. So, oops. So, Blessed One, I don't quite get you. When I'm talking about soul energy clearing, I'm talking about clearing away the past life. I'm talking about clearing away the past. I feel like English is not your first language. Blessed One, English is not your first language, because the way you've worded that, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite understanding your what you're trying to say there. So you know your life. You actually know your life is not good, right? You said you don't know. Think I don't know my life. So you don't. It doesn't quite make sense with the way you've worded your answer there. So I'm not quite sure in what you meant there. So soul energy clearing is when you clear away the past life. You clear away the past karma, the past energies, and things like that. It allows you to focus more clearly on the path that you want to take for yourself. So that's when I'm talking about soul energy clearing. Clearing of energy is not clearing away. It's not clearing away good energy. It's clearing away negative aspects of your path. So I'm not quite sure what your answer means there. I'm a little confused. I just feel like English is maybe not your first language. Feels like English might be your second language. So yeah, I'm a little confused there. But anyway, so next was after Sage. Oh, so all about Maine and then Caitlin. So all about Maine. Oh, always like your questions. Right, let's have a look. What should you be aware of in this week? Oh, so what are we going to do? Let's do. Are we going to do Santa Muerte Tarot? Oh, I always feel drawn to Santa Muerte with you. Let's have a look. What should you be aware of this week all about Maine? What can you be aware of this week? Whoa. Okay, all about Maine. Temperance. Moderation, serenity, tranquility, making sure things are not excessive as you go through any changes or transformations or anything that's going on in your life. It's really important that things are in moderation. You have that serenity, that calmness about the situation. Nurturing, Queen of Cups, that nurturing energy is super important here. With achievements, with the world, the moving on. Okay, it's important to stay calm, stay relaxed, choose how you react to the situation as you move into a new cycle. You feel like you're leaving behind the old and moving into the new. It's important that you stay calm, you take care of your emotions, take care of yourself, nurture yourself. It's going to be so important this week, all about Maine. Make sure that you stay calm, stay chilled, have that sense of serenity is going to be so important as you go through these changes, these moving on energy as you move into a new cycle. Feels like taking care of yourself is going to be so important this week. You've got to be number one this week, all about Maine. Don't worry about anyone else. Think about self. I think it's some time for you to be a little bit selfish in a way, is what I'm getting here. A bit of, I think you need to take care of your own heart, take care of your own emotions. I think it's really important to nurture yourself in so many ways. Create boundaries. Have that sense of tranquility, the calmness that you need. It's definitely about as you sort of move forward on your own journey. I think staying calm is going to be quite difficult, but this is a reminder that you are number one. Okay, so you are number one in this journey. It's important for you to really sort of take care of yourself. Yes, yes, yes. So yeah, taking care of yourself is going to be super important. And it's going to be a little tricky this week. You're going to have to find yourself taking a breath. Okay, Caitlin, I did see your question up here somewhere. Question, right. Okay, so this is about your boundaries. What area of my life needs better boundaries? Oh, good question. Oh, good question. And I'm getting the Universal Celtic for you, Caitlin. Universal Celtic Tarot. Oh, donation from... Oh, thank you for the donation. Wow, thank you. So let me just have a look here, and I'll do Caitlin Sage's question. Sweetheart. Okay, so... Oh, thank you. Right, okay, let's have a look. Oh, good question. Good question, Sage. I'll do that. I'll just do Caitlin's and then I'll do... Right. Question is... What are your boundaries? And I got cards flying everywhere. So let's have a look, Caitlin. What have we got? Okay. Firstly, you need to look at your emotions. Okay, I get a lot of it about your emotions. Emotionally, what's your focus? I think it's very much about what do you focus on? I think it's very much about, I get a sense of repeated it's a repeated pattern. It's all about what you're focusing on. I think that's where you need boundaries to look at what you're focusing on. I think it's very important to look at don't worry about the spilt milk. Don't worry about things that you cannot control, Caitlin. I think there's a lot. I think you focus on a lot of things that you cannot control. And so with the 10 of Pentacles, it's about focusing on your abundance, your prosperity, things that you do have in your life. It's very important to look at the things that you do have and not what you don't have. I think that's very important here. And then you've got the King looking at opportunities. It's important that you have looking at opportunities. Yeah. Well, you need to look at the things that you do have. Okay. Look at the things that you do have in community, in You know, family can be not just physical family. It can also be the community around you, can also be family. I think that's very important to look at what you do have, the opportunities that arise for you. Look out for new opportunities is really important. And about the sense of with the judgment, I think it's sometimes to act with discernment on some situations is really important. So I think it's very important to sort of resurrect your true self. No, you don't have to be married with kids. Oh my God, no. Oh my God, no. That's such a, why? What's the married with kids? Every path is different. We don't have to have, you know, you don't have to, it's not about, and I think that's where sometimes our lives take us on a different path. It's not what, I was expecting to be, in a relationship and married, and I'm not. I've been divorced twice. It's, marriage is not for me. I'd love to be married with, but I don't have a partner in that way. And it's sort of something that I just have to accept. Maybe it's not for me. But yeah, I think for you it's about acceptance of what is. I think that's very important for you. And just to sort of don't get too wound up. Yeah. I think it's very important that you're you. And it's like you don't do what the society expects of you. And sometimes our life is what it is. And there's some things in life we cannot control. And so we just have to be in the moment, be in the now, and don't get too wound up about what's expected of us. I think it's very important for us to have that sense of being authentic, being the authentic you, Caitlin. Keep being authentic in the way you are. And look, one day, things will start to develop. Maybe some things will happen. But at the moment, it's all about being in the moment, not worrying about the things you cannot control. Caitlin. Right, so not worrying about the things that you cannot control. Super important there. Right, okay. Let's have a look, Sage. Caitlin, just be you. Yeah, be in the now, be in the moment. Right, Sage, I'm just doing now with the donation. And then after Sage, I've got to do Kay and You Wonder and Martin and Sunny. So if those four are still here, can they please type in their questions? Kay, You Wonder, Martin and Sunny. If I can get those four questions in, that will be cool. Remember, Caitlin, you will always have me. There are people that you'll always have. You'll always have me. I know I'm not there physically for you, but I'm always here for you. You know that. Right. So will you end up regretting taking the program? Let's have a look at the angel answers, and then I will dive into a little further about it. So let's do this first, and then I'm going to dive into, because you're paid reading, because this is a donation. So I'm just going to do this first. Will you end up regretting taking the program? Ooh, it's going to be interesting. Sage K. Right. Will you end up regretting taking the program? So let me do this first. So the first one is no. You're not going to regret it. And that was a resounding no. That's why I just feel like you need to just ask a few more questions. I think there's something that you're missing, which is why you're doubting. Okay, so I think no, you're not going to regret it. Let's sort of dive into a little deeper. Just trying to decide what theme we're doing for you. It's kind of interesting. I have to do a little bit of a deep dive. 1 second. Okay, so I haven't finished yet. You paid for a little bit more than that. So let me just continue with the reading. Now I'm going to use the Primordial Tarot. Now I don't use the stick very often because it's very raw. Okay, and I'm going to do the Shaman's Oracle with that. Right, the Primordial. Okay, so you're not going to regret it. So what else does Sage K need to know about the program? What else does she need to know about things that are going on? Whoa! Okay, what have we got? Woo! Okay. I think there's going to be a lot of reflection, a lot of choices to be made in regards to the program too. I think there's going to be a lot of choices given to you in regards to the world's your oyster. Well, I just got that. The world's your oyster. There's a lot of possibilities with the. Okay, so with the 7 of blood, if you like, with the 7 of blood, it's very important that you stand in your own power in regards to this course. It's very important that you stay in your convictions. You stand in your convictions. Gee, someone's pulling the cards out here. Okay, standing in your convictions. It does feel like you're going to have a lot of decisions to make with this course. There are a lot of decisions to make in regards to this course here. I think there's going to be a lot of isolation, like a lot of study, a lot of stuff you're going to be learning with this Hermit card here. I think there's a lot of isolation, a lot of finding alone time is going to be very important during this course as well. Being alone, I think that's where the decisions and the choices, and there is a lot of possibility here. So you're not going to regret taking it. I still feel like you've got some questions that you still need to ask, and I think that's going to set your mind at ease. I think it's about setting your mind at ease. I think that's what it's about. It's about setting your mind at ease because you've got this doubt keep creeping in, like you're unsure. So basically it's saying you're not going to regret taking the course. You've got a lot of choices to make in it. It's a world's your oyster with this course. I think there's a lot of things, a lot of possibilities with it. So I do feel like you're going to have to stand up for your convictions. You are going to have that sense of standing in your own power is going to be very important here. Making sure that you're not feeling like you're betraying yourself in some way, and you're not. And that's why I think it's very important to sort of stand in your own power with this course here. I do feel like you're going to have a lot of decisions to make. You're going to find yourself trying to find a sense of inner peace, and that's going to come from isolation. Isolation is going to be very important here, to have those moments of being able to sort of sit in silence, to be able to, I want to say, reconcile the information you get, or assimilate the information you get within yourself. Assimilate was the word I was looking for. Assimilate that information that you get from the course. Okay, so that's super important here, to have that sense of assimilation. I think it's because you had that doubt, which is why I keep getting that you need to ask more questions. Okay, so you needed to ask something else, and I think it's because you had that doubt creeping in, that, am I doing the right thing? Yes, you're doing the right thing. You're not going to regret it. It's going to be the path you want. But isolation, solitude is going to be super important in this. It's going to help sort of assimilate the information that you're actually getting through. Very important for you to get this sense of looking at the truth, the facts of the situation, facts of where you are, your environment, facts of what you're doing. Super important here to have that sense of where you're going in regards to this course. Super important. Here we get 4. It's interesting because I've got wands and swords here. So it's a very mental. It's a very mental, and it's very creative, a very sort of passion, desire sort of energy. I do feel like there's a lot of sort of career-wise in regards to that. I do feel it's very career-wise. You've got 4 of nature here, so you've got that sense of celebrating. I think at the end of the course there is that celebration, there's that commitment, that sense of yes, everything's going to be great. So I do feel like yes, no, you're not going to regret it. It is going to be positive. It is. You just have to believe in yourself. Remember that isolation is going to be super important here. So yeah, I think it's really important for you to really sort of assimilate the information you get, not allow yourself that sense of getting too, yeah, I just feel like isolation is going to be very important here. Okay, so let's have a look at the last card we're going to look at here in regards to this situation. So what's Sage going to do? Let's have a look here. Hunter of Honor. Honoring yourself. Let's have a look and see what the card actually says. I think this is very much about honoring you, but let's have a look and see what the Hunter of Honor is all about. Okay. Are you ready, Sage? Nice deep breath, Sage. Let's have a listen to this. I am the Hunter of Honor. I seek out honorable ways to live and move, both in this world and that of spirit. I bring with me the honesty that honor requires, and I teach ways that will enable you to honorably exchange energies and dreams with the universe. Whenever you are tempted to act in a manner unworthy of you, I'm there to remind you of the damage it can cause and the trouble it can bring in its wake. That's why I keep getting that isolation is going to be very important here. It's that sense of honoring yourself, taking some time out from the information that you're getting to really make sure that you honor you. And I do feel like it's about honoring the world around you. Yeah, I do feel it's very much about in the way you act in the situation, honoring those around you is so much more. So I'm not really sort of getting that whole honoring just I think it's about contributing to your own well-being. I think that's very, very important here. Not everything in the message is appropriate for you, is not connected to you, but I do feel like to succeed is to strengthen and celebrate the very essence of your being. Yeah, you do. And I know you do. And I think that's very important. You are an authentic person, and I know that. So I know you're very authentic in who you are, and I think it's very much about honoring you, very much to honor yourself. And that's where the isolation, so you can assimilate all the information you get, is going to be super important. So hopefully that reading really helps, gets you sort of a bit of clarity in where you're going and what you're doing with this course. I really think it's really about honoring you, and that's why I just felt like you just needed to ask more questions. So yeah, interesting there. So yes, I don't normally use the Primordial Tarot. It's such a sort of raw deck, if you like. I do feel like it's very, very primal. So yeah, I do think that course, I don't think you'll regret taking it. I just think you just need to believe in yourself. I think you need to sort of trust yourself in many ways. But I do feel like maybe you just need to ask to sort of ease your mind. To ease your mind, just sort of asking questions. So hopefully that helps. Very interesting reading there. So yeah, when you donate, that's what you get. You get a little bit more information with the cards. So yeah. Right. So hopefully that helps. Yeah. Dark Souls and Dark Detective. I love you. I love you. I love that primordial, that really raw energy. I love it. I love that deck. Such a personal deck. I got it more for me. Really gave me a real sort of kick in the pants. Right. So where am I up to? Who am I missing? Who? Right. So where am I up to in the list? Okay, the free list was Kay, Ye Wonder, then Martin, then Sunny. Right. Ooh, interesting. Ooh. Yeah, I can't be on forever, otherwise I'll burn out. But I will do I'll do a couple more donations. If anyone donates, I'll definitely do some donations. But yeah, the list was closed with those that were on the list. Last few. You Wonder, Martin and Sunny. And then if there's any donations, if anyone wants to donate, yeah. The 10, I only do 10 Varushka. I normally do 10 plus I add the mods as well. And any, of course, Ko-Fi family. And so, yeah. I just don't want to burn out because otherwise I'm hopeless. Yeah, amazing. Yeah, I saw you typed that in. I was just focusing on Sage's reading. But yeah, interesting. 8.1 billion people in the world. Amazing. That's an incredible amount of people. Right, Kay, let's have a look. Barushka, don't forget you can always donate anything from as little as $1, and I'll do the readings. But I only do 10 free. But yeah, plus mods and anyone that's a Ko-Fi family member. Don't forget to support the channel so I can do these lives too. Supporting the channel does help in many ways. Right, let's have a look. Okay, what deck am I going to draw for you in regards to the previous generations foreshadow future generations before they were born? So when you're talking about foreshadowing, are you talking about predictions? Predict future generations before they were born. When you're talking about foreshadowing, are you talking about predicting negative aspects or warnings? Just trying to get that thing here because it's a bit of a yes and no question there. It's kind of interesting. Sort of got the Japanese. Oh, okay, or others being harmed. So that's a bit of a yes and no question you sort of asked. So if we ask a yes and no question, as you asked, you said, did previous, you didn't say what did they foreshadow, but you said did they. So let's have a look at the yes, and then I got the Japanese tarot, which was a bit weird. Or did they do things to see their descendants? Okay, so you're asking, like, what did they do to see their descendants? What did they do? Let's have a look. Did they see things with? So you're wanting to know, were they clairvoyant? Were they psychic? Were they shamans? Did they connect with shamans and that sort of thing? So let's have a look here. Yes, and a very resounding yes. Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more? The answer was yes. Yes, they did. They were very psychic. They were very shamanistic. They were very, that's kind of interesting. So what card popped out here? Wow. Do you know I got the words monistic? Like they were, I just feel like they were very silent in their journey. They were very monistic. I just keep getting the word monistic, like they were that, like the monks, like they were, you had some ancestors that were very monk-like, but I think in a lot of your ancestors in some way were monks in some way. There was a very monistic type of clergy type of energy. Oh, I knew there was another card coming out here. What did I get? Whoa, death. A very, I do feel like there was a lot of transformation, a lot of changes going on with your ancestors and the way that they saw your I want to say your changes. I did see a very monistic. I do get that sense. This is such a. I'm just trying to get it's a very strong energy in regards to sort of monk-like, clergy-like energy in your ancestors that were very seer energy, very sort of. Yeah. Because what I do, Sage, is I actually separate the cards into their yes and no cards. So I've got my yes and no. Then I've got my timing. And then I've got the angel answers. So I separate them out. So I make sure that I'm very clear. I know, I just seem to work really well with the angel answers. I don't know why. It's the only deck that I've found that works really well for me in regards to yes and no questions. So here we've got the sense. Yeah. So here I've got the sense, okay, where you've got, yes, they would keep family things going. I feel a very seer type of shamanistic, monistic. I get that sense of being very shaman type of energy where they're very much seers. I get that in your family. Your family are seers. Your ancestors were seers of some sort. They were very, their family continued with that. I think all through your family has been that connection to see the prediction, see the future. I think it's a very connected with that. And that's changed, through, and I actually think they were persecuted for it. I hate to say that. I actually got trauma through it. Like they were persecuted for their seer, for their ability to see. They were persecuted for their ability to see. I do get that there were a sense of persecution. It's amazing how different decks work with different people. Yeah, I do get, Kay, I do get that feeling as though your family were persecuted. And the reason why I did that, because when I turned this card over, I get a sense of actual death, like your ancestors were killed for, or persecuted in a way, for having this ability to see the future, see their future, the prophecies of the family, to see what was coming up for families. They knew the sacredness of your family. Very strong energy here with being persecuted. With your ancestors were very strongly persecuted for their abilities to see into the future. Very strong. Very strong energy there, Kay. So anyway, yeah, interesting. Whew. Sorry, I just need to clear that energy for a minute. I got a very strong... Yep, many sacrifices. Yep, aware. Some were very... Oh, wow. So that really makes sense with what I got. Whew. That was very strong. Sorry, I'm just going to have to clear that energy for a minute, guys. Can you just give me a second? And I will continue. Let me just clear that energy. Because that was very strong persecution sort of energy, sacrificed energy for their beliefs, their religious. Whew, just need to clear that energy. 1 minute, guys. Let me just... No, not that one. I actually need a very strong white sage type of energy. So I'm going to use the tribal one because I know that's quite strong. Oh no, your gifts won't go. There's no... Very strong in your family, your ancestors with the seers, with your abilities. So yeah. A very strong shamanistic, seers, clairvoyant type of energy. Very strong spiritual energy. So just need to clear that. Oh, yeah. Right, clear the kiss. Yeah, the free list is closed. Sort of just, but any donations are still available. Can donate if you wish to. Okay, you saw images in the water recently. Wow, wow. So interesting. Okay, so you wonder... Yeah, I do need to be careful, but I will do another couple of donations. If any donations do come in, I will do those. But you wonder, where are we? So, Martin, are you still here? Martin and Sunny still here? You're welcome, Kay. You're welcome. Okay, Martin and Sunny were the extra two. The extra couple. So make sure they think, oh, it's okay. Yeah, I do combine decks to work with them. Yeah, I love them. So Martin, Martin, can I have your question, please? Time travel. Okay, interesting. Oh, astral travel. Yes, yes. I see what you mean by but the searing with the being able to see the predictions and things like that. Time travel would have been part of that. Okay, so what do you need to know about your love life, you wonder? So let's have a look here. What do you actually need to know about your love life? Okay, so I'm going to use the romantic tarot. Okay, so I'm just waiting for Sunny's question, and then any donations that come through, I'll do as well. Okay, so what do you need to know about your love life, you wonder? Let's have a look. What does you wonder need to know about the love life? What do they need to know about their romantic relationships? Whoa! As soon as I said romantic relationships, a couple of cards popped out. So let's have a look here. Okay, we've got the sense. Interesting. Got 8 of Cups. So I get a feeling, because I got 8 of Cups first, I feel like you're moving into something. So you're leaving behind something, leaving behind. So you need to know that you're leaving behind something, but you're also moving into something new in regards to your love life. It does feel like you're moving into something. And so you've got the Queen of Wands here, if you like, Queen of Wands, and is that sense of nurturing that creative energy. It's about nurturing that energy, which is really important here, nurturing your own sexuality, I just get the word sexuality here, nurturing your own sexuality, nurturing your identity in a way, nurturing who you are as an individual. Your creative energy is going to be very important here. So it does feel like you're leaving something behind as you walk into something new emotionally, with a relationship. So I could feel like you're in between relationships at this time. I do feel like there could be an in between relationships. Because I do get that sense of a third person in the background, like you're leaving behind something old as you move into something new. There is that sense of nurturing who you are. Nurturing yourself is going to be very, very important here. Your independence, your bold, dynamic sort of energy here is going to be very, very important. That's why I get a sense of, when I say nurturing your sexuality, I don't mean like sex as such, but nurturing your identity and who you are is going to be very, very important here. Being bold, independent, the sense of, I just get a sense of like you're moving between partners in a way. I just keep getting the sense like you're moving in between partners. So being bold, being confident in who you are is going to be really important here. That's going to be really important about having someone that walks beside you in your journey, instead of in front of you. You want someone that walks beside you on your journey. So I do feel like that's really important for you to be bold, be confident in your journey and who you are as an individual, as you leave behind the old and moving into new energy, new emotional energy here. Okay, so that's really important about your love life. It's about like you're leaving behind the old, moving into something new, moving into a new emotional journey. But it's really important that you stay confident in who you are. Super important, being confident in yourself. That independence is going to be very important for you. Okay, so what have I got here? Housing. Oh, Martin. Interesting. So I'm just waiting for Sunny's question. And who else is in chat? Don't forget, you can donate if you want a little bit more information than just the 2 cards. that I give in a reading. Housing. I'm actually going to go Crowley in this one. Right, so ending soon. So let me just put in here captions. Let me just put in ending soon. Your singing videos, yeah? Right, so let's have a look at Martin's question here. Let me just focus on this for a second. When will I get a student housing offer? Oh, okay. So you've asked a timing question as well. So let me just pull out the timing cards first. Let's do this first. Let's do this, and then I can find out a little bit more information. So let's do the timing. Caitlin, I'm actually looking forward for when you start doing your card, when you start doing your reflective cards, reflective readings, when you start sort of doing your, oh, Sage has got another question there. Oh, thank you, Sage. Right, Martin, when will you get a student housing offer? When? So let's have a look. When? This one here sticking out. Oh, there's some things that you need to do to take action before it will become possible. I think there's some things that you need to do. So what does Martin need to know about the student housing offer? What are some things that they actually need to do? The first card here is that awakening with judgment. I'm getting that sense of awakening something within things. Interesting. Okay. Feels like there's some things that need to take action. There are some things that you might need to do in regards to the student housing. Okay, this might be some things that you actually need to do. And so we get the sense of, oh, blowing your own trumpet. Very interesting here. I get that sense of you needing to sort of speak up a little bit about why you need the student housing. I think you need to sort of take action. So if you can speak up, blow your own trumpet, yes. So I think it's about speaking up, being able to sort of blow your own trumpet here. Okay, so I do feel, Martin, that yes, you'll get it, but it's all about the action that you take, about blowing your own trumpet, being able to sort of say why you need the housing. I feel like you need to sort of say why you need the housing, what it means to you in a way. I don't know if there's a form that you needed to fill out, or you needed to say what you needed, you know, why you need the housing, what's important for you. I think that could be a little bit thing there, but you've got the sun here, and the sun tells me that yes, as long as you take action, you blow your trumpet, yes, you'll get it. Okay, that was quite interesting. I got the words blow your own trumpet, so really strongly came through there with the judgment card. Really about being able to sort of speak up about why you want the housing, taking action, speaking up, and yes, you'll get it. So yeah, definitely there. So what was your question, Sage? Okay, so. Okay, Caitlin. You could always throw in, still just do a card a week for now. Just do one card one day a week or something like that. Just throw in a card reading. Just shuffle and do a card. I want your card readings, Caitlin. I like a message for the day. Okay, Sage. Okay, let's see. Simple yes and no. You sure, yes and no? How much did you? Such a sweetheart. Okay. Let me go. Yes and no. Right. Let me grab yes and no. Let's have a little bit of a focus. I want your card readings, Caitlin. I need a message for a day. It can get a little addictive. Right. Okay. Simple yes and no. You applied for an exciting job today that is in the field of the program I'm going into. Oh, are you likely to get the job? Let's have a look. Are you likely to get the job? Let's have a look. Are you likely to get the job? Whoa, that was a yes. Okay. Tell us a little bit more. Yes, you're going to get the job. Pull the cards out on me. You're welcome, you wonder. That was interesting. Okay, I get a sense of gentleness with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. A sense of, I know it's got forgiveness here, but I get a sense of you being gentle with yourself, being kind. So yes, you're likely to get the job. You need to be very gentle with yourself. Is really important here. It's about let go of any doubt. That's why I keep getting, don't be harsh with yourself. You've got the quality, I do feel like, yes, you're likely to get the job. Yes, 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 yes. And it's kind of interesting. I'm going to put the angel reading cards here. I feel like there's an affirmation screaming at you. Okay, so what's the affirmation for Sage? Okay, what affirmation? Angel of enlightenment. Right, let me have a look here. Angel of enlightenment. Let's have a look. Angel of enlightenment, card number 33. Oh, I think we need to do an angel number. Can someone have a look and see what angel number 33 is? Your journey of enlightenment has begun. Be inspired by the hidden spiritual gifts you have within you. Okay, I am open to receiving spiritual guidance from my angel of enlightenment. I understand that she will be with me every step of the way to guide and teach me how to use my spiritual gifts. I'm excited about my spiritual enlightenment. So I feel like number 33 is so important. So I'd love to know what that actually is. So let me just grab another page here. Looking at a deck that I'm interested in. Wild Elemental Oracle. Not until that one. Right. So let me have a look here. Angel number 33. I feel like it's so important. But let me have a look. Angel number 33. Anything's possible. The 33 angel number means anything's possible. Yep, 33, anything possible. So, yep. So hopefully that helps. Anything's absolutely possible. You're going to have that angel of enlightenment, the understanding, trust in yourself, believe in yourself, know that you can do it. You can achieve, let go of any doubt. It is time for you to believe in yourself. You can achieve anything. Woo! So I don't know if Sunny's here. I'm not quite sure what happened to Sunny. May have got a bit worried when I disconnected. So yes, I'm not sure who's still in chat. You're welcome, you wonder. So I'm not sure who's still in chat. Woo! I'm going to do a message. Now I'll put this in here and I can't get it out. My shelving. Right. Okay. Freed up. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, no, I don't want that. Oh, thank you, Sunny. You're here. Cool. Brilliant. You're still here. I wasn't sure if you disappeared. Okay, so what's going on with Scorpio stalking you? But I'll do that in a minute. Let me just do this collective. I just got inspired by Frida, and then I'll do your reading. Okay. So this is a collective one. Collective message. Let every gesture show the world your blooming, fragrant heart. That's the message today. Whoops, that's the card. That's your message today as a collective. Okay, so let's have a look. What do you need to know about why Scorpio is stalking you? What can you do in regards to Scorpio stalking you? What do you need to know about it? What's actually going on? Now, I'm going to use the Raincoast Visions, I think. Go back to doing the Raincoast Visions. Yep, I can work it out. So you want to know what's going on here. Let me work this one out. So what's going on with this? Let me work this out. Yeah, I know it's a third party, Caitlin, but I can sort of work around it. Okay, so what does Sunny need to know in regards to the stalking? What does Sunny need to know about the... Yep, list is complete. Thanks, Caitlin. It's awesome. Okay, so what does Sunny need to know in regards to the Scorpio stalking her social media accounts? What does she need to... What does Sunny actually need to know about the situation? What's important for Sunny to know? How can they block? What do they need to know about the situation? What do you actually need to know? Okay. The first card tells us that it's about... Oh, that was interesting. So I got about bearing your soul. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess in this. Excuse the nakedness of this. And I get feeling like they're showing who they are. Okay, so you need to know, Sunny, that they're trying to show you who they are, is what I got here with this card. Sorry, you'll have to excuse the... That's why this is a adult, channel. Or R18, should I say. So, yeah, really important for you to look at... I think they're trying to bare their soul is what you need to know. They're trying to bare their soul in how they feel about you. There's a lot of secret stuff going on. There's a lot of hidden knowledge, a lot of stuff that's still thing. And so we've got the sense of... Feels like they're juggling a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff juggling in here. So I do feel like they're trying to bare their soul to you. And obviously you're not interested, and that's why you feel like it's stalking. So no, you don't have to be 18 plus to read tarot. No, you don't have to be R18 to read tarot. But to have a reading. Oh God, no, you can be a child. You can be a child to read tarot, but you have children tarot decks for that case. There are children tarot decks, like the Tasty Tarot. So yes, Sunny, it feels like school, what you need to know is that they're trying to bare their soul. But I think there's a lot of secrets, a lot of hidden knowledge. There's a lot of stuff that's not going to be revealed about it. I do feel like they're trying to bare their souls, like they're trying to tell you how they feel in the situation. It looks like they're trying to, there's a lot of stuff that they're juggling in life. Oh, because of the cards? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Generally. So, yeah. Sunny, I think there's a lot of stuff going on behind. I think there's a lot of stuff being juggled, a lot of stuff that's hidden knowledge. There's a lot of hidden stuff, a lot of secrets in regards to why they're stalking you. And so I think there's a lot of things that you could be doing to protect yourself. I think, they're trying to bare their soul. They're trying to tell you how they feel. And you are obviously not interested in it. You're obviously not, I don't know if you're interested or not in their stalking, but it does feel like there's a lot of stuff that's being, a lot of juggling stuff going on there, trying to find a balance, adaptability to the situation, trying to adapt to it. So, yeah, I do feel like they're trying to bare their soul to you. They're trying to sort of open up who they are. They're trying to share, but I still feel like there's a lot of stuff that's hidden. Okay, so why are they stalking you? Because they want to bare their soul. They want to, I feel like they want a sense of, they just want to be balancing out their emotions. I think they've got a lot of, or they're balancing out their, I wouldn't call them emotions. It's more like material aspects, like quite materialistic, quite the sense of, I think there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of sacrifice. They're trying to juggle a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. I don't think it doesn't feel very healthy. If you feel like, they're stalking you because they're trying to bare their soul. They're trying to open up to you, who they are. But I still feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. So, yeah. I think I think it's really time for you to decide what you want to do, really. So, Sunny, yeah, I just feel like they're trying to bare their soul to you, but, I mean, it doesn't feel very positive, put it that way. There's a lot of secrets still, a lot of hidden knowledge, a lot of hidden stuff. It does feel like there's a lot of being pulled in different directions. So that's why I don't feel like it's very positive. It feels very negative energy being pulled. So, yeah, I do think, Jamie, donations are still available if you want to. You can be quick. I've got about another 5 minutes. And then I've got to go because I've been on for nearly 2 hours. So about another 5 minutes and then I'm definitely finishing up. So any donations can still be read in the next 5 minutes. And then that's it. Okay, Sunny. So, yeah, I do feel like they want to bare their soul to you. They're trying to bare their soul to you, but I think it's very negative. Like it's pulling you in different directions. It doesn't feel very positive here. So, yeah, I think you got to decide whether you want to ban them, you want to block them, you want to delete, ignore them or not. It's totally up to you. Right, so let's clear this energy. Let's clear the day. Let's do a bit of take a breath, everybody. Let's close this message down. Okay, caption. Let's do. Oh, what was that just fell? Something felt like that was just give me a second, everybody. I'll be right back. Just take a nice deep breath. Just felt like something knocked against the... I just want to clear. Just clearing. I'm not quite... So I don't know if that was the wind blowing. So any donations or anything wants to come through, just give me a minute. Oh, it might have been that. Might have been the cushions fell. Let me just check for a second. Oh, it's a bit of a wind. No, nothing's here. It's just a bit windy. Must have just blown the cord. Power cord. Oh, right. Okay. Whew. Brilliant. Thank you to everybody. Thank you indeed. Just clearing all that energy. Don't forget you can support the channel for as little as $1 a month. If you go through Ko-Fi, you get previews, exclusive content, downloads, discounts on services, huge discounts on services, depending on what level, of course, what tier you do. But for as little as $1 a month, there's discounts on your services. There's previews and exclusive content and downloads and all sorts in regards to my ebook, and there's so much you get for as little as $1 a month. Don't forget you can support the channel, and that's going to help continue doing these lives, you know, because it does take a lot of effort, a lot of time in between clients and all the other bits and pieces that I've got to do. So yeah, puts back into the channel. So let's do an Oracle of Passion. For everybody who's still in the chat, let's do a 1, 2, let's do a pick a card. Everybody who's still here, let's do a pick a card. I'm going to use the Oracle of Passion. Oh, card number 1 flew out. Card number 2. And card number 3. Oh. Okay. Okay, this is called Oracle of Passions. This is one of my decks you can find on Make Playing Cards. Another way to support the channel is through Make Playing Cards with all my creations. Right, card number 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, card number 1 is reconciliation. And when I'm talking about reconciliation, it's about connecting with who you are as a person as a whole. It's about that assimilating who you are within oneself. It's about balancing out your heart chakra, making sure that you're giving to yourself unconditionally. It does feel like that sense of bringing yourself into a sense of wholeness. When I'm talking about reconciliation here, I'm very much getting that sense of you know, maybe you're reconciling with someone else, but it can also be about reconciling within yourself. Finding that yin and yang balance within yourself is going to be so important here. That sense of how much you give of yourself. You know, there is that sense of unconditional love, but don't forget to give it to yourself as well. Card number 2 is very much about water. So it's very much about your emotions here. Very much about how you're going to deal with your emotions at this time. Okay, that's going to be super important if you're dealing with card number 2. It's very much about allowing things to sort of flow naturally. You might feel like things are sort of bubbling up within yourself. You might feel like your emotions are bubbling up, and how do you deal with those emotions? I think that's very important here. To be able to express yourself naturally is going to be super important here. Okay, the last card we have here is Candle. So it's that fire, that sense of sacredness is going to be very important here. Manifestation, burning away the old so the new can come into life. Here the candle can light your way. You know, what else does candle actually mean for you? Lightening your way, a sense of sacredness, manifestations, burning away the old so the new can come in, being able to have that sense of creation, desire, passion, those that motivation, that drive. You can think of it as wand energy, if you like, in regards to card number 3. You know, light the way, moving in the right direction, that sense of you're being lit, you're being shown the way. Water and fire, totally opposites here. Yeah, definitely so. Attract, yep, definitely a sense of clearing away the old so the new, going with the flow, having that sense of yeah, I feel like you're moving in the right direction with card number 3. You're being lit, the way's being lit, you know, you're being shown the way, you're being guided with the light in the way. So yeah, I do feel like there's a lot with the candle energy here, the fire energy, that sense of the wands in very much way. So yeah, hopefully that sort of gives you something to reflect on, something to think about. So let's do a week ahead. Let's do a week ahead. I didn't even do a week. I don't think I even did I haven't done a week ahead reading. So let me do a week ahead theme. The theme for the week. The theme for the week is purification, cleansing away the old so we've got awakens passion. So the theme for this week is about cleansing away the old so you can awaken this new passion that comes in, right? And we've got wisdom with knowledge and communication. So we know that with the knowledge comes wisdom, and how we choose to communicate and express ourselves this week is going to be super important. So the theme this week is all about expressing oneself, being able to cleanse away the old so the new stuff can be awakened within us. So we can really sort of declutter with what's going on here. Declutter so we have that sense of passion that lies within us. Super, super important here. And so I'm going to get for the theme this week, let's do Journey to the Crossroads Tarot for the reading for this week that lies ahead. Let's have a look at the week that lies ahead. What's going to lie ahead? Whoa. Okay, so what's going to lie for us this week? That was kind of interesting. Okay. 5 of Cups. What are we going to focus on this week? You know, don't worry about spilt milk. There's some things that we can and cannot control, which is super important here. Know our own potential is super important here. Know our own potential. Okay, make sure we give to ourselves unconditionally this week. This week is going to be very much about self-care, self-love. Things are going to move quite, you might find yourself feeling very intense, things moving quite quickly as you sort of take care of, know your own potential. Give to yourself unconditionally, super important. Focus on what's important, self-care. Things are going to move quite quickly for you this week overall. There is that sense of taking control of your life, being in charge of your journey, taking the action that you actually need is going to be super important here. But it's also when you take action and you do what you need to do and you take control, you have the sense of making sure that you take care of yourself, you review where you want to be, contemplate where you want to be, reflect on where you've been and where you're headed, taking a moment to sort of just breathe for a minute here. Whew, take a breath. But reviewing on what's next in your life, what action do you actually need to take is going to be an important process this week. So yeah, take a minute to take a breath, focus on what's really important, the things that you can control. Don't worry about the things that you cannot. Know your own potential. Make sure you have that sense of harmony in your life is going to be very important here. Harmony in your well-being, making sure you give to yourself unconditionally here. Things going to feel quite intense at some stage. Things might feel like they're moving quite quickly over the week, but it's going to be very important here that you take charge, you take control of the journey that lies ahead for you, because it's going to be all about that sense of taking a moment to reflect on the direction that you're actually moving into. Super important here. Taking a moment to contemplate is going to be super important. Make some plans, make some ideas, have a sense of stability of the mind is going to be super, super important here for you. So yeah, that's the week ahead reading. I've done that. I know it's Sunday for you guys, so you got the week ahead to think about in that. So I've included it in the Pick a Card Collective week ahead type reading. So there you go. Okay. Yep, that's it. 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's a Monday for me. It's Monday, 12:15. 12:15, so it's lunchtime. It's time for me to eat for sure. It's beautiful. It is sunny, even though there's a bit of a wind every now and then. It's been quite sunny. It is about, it's quite high. 18, well, high for winter. So it says 18 Celsius. So let's have a look. What's Celsius? So if it's 18 Celsius, didn't do that right. It's 64 Fahrenheit. So it's 64 Fahrenheit. So it's not too bad. It's not too bad. So yes, it's a Monday lunchtime, time for me to eat. And yeah. So don't forget, you can check out my cards on Make Playing Cards anyway. You can find the link. Oh, you're in Canada. No need to. Oh, you're in Canada. So, cool. Cool. Oh, your dollars is very similar to ours. Your currency, your dollar is so similar to ours. So I quite like buying from Christoph James as an indie deck creator, because his dollar value is very similar to ours. That's quite good. So it's easy to order from Christoph. Yeah, same with Piggy. Yeah, with me, I'm in New Zealand. So New Zealand is midday here. Eastern Standard Time would be about quarter past 10 in the morning if you're in Oz. Australian Standard Time. Sorry, Australian Eastern Time. AET. Australian Eastern Time be about 10, 15, 10, 17. Oh, you're 5% more than the Aussie. Yes, similar yeah, very similar to us. We're about the same. Not much more. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So yeah, the week ahead reading. That was kind of cool. So yeah, don't forget you can check on Make Playing Cards. You can find the link below. Now, don't forget, if you have had a reading from me, you can do a review on my blog as well. It does help. If you've had a reading from me, please leave a review on my blog. Do check out my blog if you want any more information. You can find me, don't forget, through Ko-Fi. As I said, you can pay for as little as $1 a month. $1 a month, and you get discounts, and you get service, you get downloads, and you get resources, and you get free readings and all sorts of little bits and pieces for as little as $1 a month. Get some really good deals, previews, exclusive content, downloads, all sorts of bits and pieces. So it supports the channel, which is muchly appreciated. So yeah. So don't forget, you can check out Ko-Fi for a reading. You can also get a experience on the lives, a mini soul energy clearing. Oh yeah, that wind's getting up a bit strong. For some reason, there seems to be a little bit of wind. Might need to bring my washing in. Okay, guys. That's it from me. Blessed be. Oops, I didn't spell that correctly. Blessed be, Mary Part. Mary Part till we merry meet again. Take care, everybody. Didn't spell that correctly. So, yeah, that's it from me. Oops, wrong one. Here we are. Thank you.